everybody. Welcome to Rachel's Reviews, and I'm really excited today. This is our second episode of Smile Frown Worthy Disney Edition, where we are playing a little game where we have a whole bunch of different topics, and we decide the definitive answers of whether they are smile worthy or frown worthy. And I have the experts with us today. So excited. From the Rotoscopers podcast, my good friends, Morgan Stradling is here.
Woo woo! Hello.
Yes, and Chelsea Robson is here.
Hello. Do you have a frown-worthy T-shirt on?
I do. Yes.
Oh, wow.
That is hilarious. I love it.
At the T Public store, they're smile and frown worthy, and you can get mugs. You can get whatever you want. It's great.
Nice.
That's awesome. Does the mug have on either side the frown or the
smile? How you're feeling?
How am I feeling at this moment?
I feel like that's something I should do with both of them. Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. So thank you so much, ladies, for coming on and doing this little game. And do you want to introduce yourselves? I mean, this is an animation site, so people know you. You're famous here. But you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah. So I'm Morgan Stradling. We started out doing our podcast, the Animation Addicts podcast, and then it turned into a website and a YouTube channel, which is rotoscopers.com, and Rotoscopers is our YouTube channel. And it really stemmed from our love of animation, and that we were two friends who just wanted to talk about it. We felt like no one else really understood us in our love for animation. And so we brought a friend along, Mason. And so that's the podcast is all about. And it's turned out that there's, with the internet, there are tons of people out there just like you who feel the same way, that they have such a passion and love for Disney animation, Pixar animation, and all the other animation studios. But it's not, I guess, publicly or socially acceptable to really, it's not that it's not socially acceptable, but there's just no one to talk about.
Yeah.
About it with, So the internet makes that possible, and that's what I really love about our podcast. Each week on the podcast, we review a different animated film, past or present, and have a really, really fun time just doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost, I like to explain it, how when somebody says that I tell them what I do, and they're like, "Oh, I like animated films." And I kind of just look at them like they probably only like them as much as I like dolphins.
Right.
I see them, I think they're cute, they're funny, ha ha ha, but I'm not a marine biologist by any means. But with the Animation Addicts, it's like, oh no, and you understand. Oh, that's a whole nother level of person. And so people who like animated films to the point where they actually want to go over all of the details, and they want to go over all of the plots and every little bit of, oh hey, look, did you see how well they did that animation scene, or did you like the music in that one? And somebody who's able to have more than like a 5-minute conversation about a single film, if you're able to do that with animated films, you would love our stuff, because that's what we do.
Would you say that both of you were equally as into animation when you started, or did one of you kind of, it's really cool, and kind of convert you over?
I probably was slightly more. Chelsea, would you say that? I don't know. We both had our love. I don't know. I think we were pretty equal.
We were very equal. I mean, we would get together just to watch films and create our own commentary. Like, we were equally involved in this. You were definitely more of the spearhead of creating the actual technicalities of a podcast.
Yeah.
But as far as the desire to sit down and actually just sit and shoot the breeze on a nerdy couch, that was both of us.
That's great. That's great. Well, and if you want to hear, I was able to join them recently for the Trolls World tour. And because it's playing at the drive-in, I've seen that movie I've seen it like 3 times. I'm like,
wow.
I don't even like this movie that much. Why am I? But desperate times.
You're right.
Oh, right. Drive-in, our saving grace.
Yeah, that episode with Rachel, you can go to rotoscopers.com/179 and you can listen to that episode. It's awesome.
It was so fun. All right. So this is the game. You each have a piece of paper that says smile worthy or frown worthy. So I'm going to bring up a topic, and you get to decide whether and try to make it your gut response, what your initial thing is. And So, all right, here we go. First up, we have the movie Zootopia. Smile worthy for me. You were hesitant there, Morgan.
Yeah.
I think
I ended up doing smile worthy. That's the problem with this, is there's no neutral box, if you will.
Right.
There's no neutral where it's like, it's good, it's not, I could go either way. And that's really how I feel about this one. But I think ultimately at the end of the day, Zootopia has just a really cool world that it was able to do and build, and the characters are really, really great. And I love Judy. And decided, okay, I'll give it that little bump.
Okay, good. All right, next we have the Jungle Cruise ride. Disneyland. Is that a smile worthy? Okay, good. Yes,
Smile.
I agree. It depends on what skipper you get. If you get a not as good skipper, it's not as good.
My cousin was a skipper for a little bit, and I just
you did?
that she was at Disney World doing the college program, and so she was a skipper over there. And I was like, I failed as a cousin, and I wasn't able to see you skip or as a Jungle Cruise skipper. No.
But it's classic, and I would love to go one time when they had the Christmas Jingle Cruise. I've never seen it. I would love to see that.
Everything gets a Christmas takeover nowadays.
That's true.
All right.
What do they do for Halloween?
You don't want to know.
It's so spooky.
It's too much.
All right. Next one. Iron Man 3. Somewhat controversial. People hate it. Same. We're all three Frown worthy.
I've heard some really good, as far as people telling me like, oh, but it was really more digging into the character and how he is with PTSD and overcoming all these different things, blah, 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 blah. But in the end, I just hated the villain so much. But it looks like they're trying to bring that villain back, like the real villain.
Yeah, they didn't really. They're not bringing him back. They didn't even. And the thing that made me so annoyed is that there's not just that there was a twist, which is annoying, but it was that they swapped out something interesting for something boring. They swapped out an interesting, weird, nutty villain for a man in a suit.
Right.
It was so
yeah.
Well,
then that's, if you looked at the Thor Ragnarok on the extended scenes, whatever they had, there's actually an exclusive clip with him in it. So he's the actor. So the actor's in there and he's in prison, and he ends up getting kidnapped by the real Mandarin. And because he's like, you've been using our name and we don't appreciate it. And so he ends up getting taken over. And so apparently the real Mandarin will be coming up in one of the future stage 4.
The Shang Li or whatever.
Well, I'm like, all right, we'll give you one more chance.
All right. Next up, we have from the parks, Dole Whip. Frown worthy. I'm smile worthy. Although it's lessened its appeal because now you can get it like anywhere. They even have it at the movie theaters. When they're open here.
I mean, the reason why it's frown worthy for me is I'm lactose intolerant. So.
Okay, it's dairy free.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Chelsea.
Well, generally, I honestly like most of the things I end up having issues with. So it's like, you just tease me.
All right. Next up, we have Bambi Movie.
Just so positive. Nearly everything is a smile.
It's Disney stuff. It's pretty positive.
I said frown.
What do you like about Bambi?
So just the fact that it's like I end up crying during it. Actually, no, I haven't ended up crying the last time I watched it, but it was it's like, I know that that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to wring out your emotions. And I'm like, how dare you? But I appreciate it in some weird sadistic way.
Very good. All right. Next up, we have Peter Pan's Flight.
I guess.
Yeah. I agree with Morgan on this one just because the line is so long. It's a fine ride, but I don't think it's that much better than Snow White or Pinocchio. And the line is so long.
It also depends on if you have a kid with you. Because I feel like Peter Pan's Flight is just better with kids. So
yeah, it's one of those rides that I typically hit late in the park after, the fireworks, when the majority of the families and kids leave, and then the lines really go down at that point. But I never really grew up with that ride, and so it doesn't have that nostalgia to me. But every time I ride it, I'm just like, oh, it's cool, we're flying, and then we're done, so the juice isn't worth the squeeze on that one for sure.
All right. Next, we have Fantasia original. All right. It's interesting. So the musician, Frownworthy for you.
So the reason why is just, maybe I'm a terrible symphonic musician. Oh my. I just felt like a lot of it was just a little too long. And we had this discussion, Morgan and I, as far as which one we liked better.
The podcast.
I ended up liking the shorter one, so the Fantasia 2000 better, and she liked the original Fantasia better.
Yeah, I grew up with the original. I watched it all the time when I was younger. I never got bored by it. I always grew up listening to classical music. I play the violin, I play the piano. And so I think because I have so much history with it that I appreciate it on that level, especially as a young child. It's typically one that might be pretty boring, but I always adored it. And I remember watching it with like some family a few years ago, just thinking like, okay, you've never seen Fantasia, let's do it. And they hated it. And I was just so shocked because I think it's a classic.
Yeah. I love it. I saw it when I was little. It was like a big special, taking me to the fancy movie, and it was a big special moment that I really remember, and so I've always loved it. And all right, next we have Pocahontas, the character, as a princess, Disney princess.
As a princess, or just her as a character?
As a character. Yeah, that one's a hard one. I would say Frownworthy for me. I find her very preachy, very annoying. She's not my favorite. And her actions lead to a character's death.
I just don't feel like she's not empathetic a lot. I mean, a lot of people maybe do empathize. There are a lot of people that do empathize with her, but I guess that's just where I am. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's good. All right. High School Musical 2.
I couldn't even tell you if I've seen it, to be honest. I was never a High School Musical girl, and
well, that came out like right as we were already out of high school.
Leaving high school, yeah.
And so we were like, oh no, rearview mirror.
I don't think it was that for me. I just never saw it,
All right. Next up, we have the classic Disney churro.
You got to go Smile-worthy on this one. It's
Yeah,
actually not that delicious compared to other things that they've introduced over the, and other things that are there. The corn dog is not as good as it used to be. Don't get me on my rant about the corn dog, but the churros have gotten better. They've introduced new flavors and different dipping sauces. And so I think that is an improvement on the churro, because the churro is just, it's yummy when it's super duper hot, but there are better things out there.
Yeah, definitely better things out there. I mean, they're tasty, but they're not made on site like a lot of other snacks, which you can literally see them making. So they make a killing off those things. Okay, next we have Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6?
Yes.
I said Smile.
I think Morgan froze.
It looks like she did.
Yeah.
But I said Smile. I enjoyed that movie. I felt like it had... I remember when we did the review of it, we were like, yeah, this was as good as Frozen, but don't compare it to Frozen. It was a delightful little jaunt, and I felt like they did a good job. But it was like, right, because of the Frozen plot twist, we kind of just expected every good character to just turn out to be evil at the end, Scooby-Doo style. So I think that's something that happened after Frozen, the Frozen effect.
Yeah, I think so. I think that the trope is just becoming very tired with the surprise villain. Now I feel like now they're just like not even really having a villain for now. Going Frozen 2, and then Ralph Breaks the Internet. There was no real villain.
Right.
Moana, there wasn't really like there was a villain, but I don't know. It's not.
It was
not
misunderstood.
The same. It was more like I kind of looked at Moana as kind of more like the Odyssey, Homer's Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of, it was like all these little stops of villains along
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
But how we get Morgan? We can get Morgan back. Should we pause?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have the turkey leg, iconic Disneyland turkey leg.
I feel like the turkey leg is good. Were you smiling, Morgan? No, you're frowning.
No, I'm a frown because I call it the ham leg because it tastes more like a ham to me than turkey.
It does.
I don't know what they have done to it, but when I eat turkey legs at home on Thanksgiving, they don't taste like that. So
it's so salty. I can't. I literally can't right now. But
if you're looking for some great instant protein,
right?
You're trying to eat a little cleaner. I'm sure it's just turkey is a great way to go.
Yeah, if you're on keto, it's probably the best snack.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of chewy, too. They're not the best.
For me, they just remind me, it's not a Disneyland thing for me. If I'm going to, say, the Renaissance Festival, that's, yes.
Yeah.
I get the turkey leg
It is
there.
a yes there. Yes, I agree.
That makes sense.
But
All
at Disneyland,
right.
they have so much better food options.
Yeah.
Next, we have Brother Bear.
Is this even a question?
Yeah. Definitely one of my least favorites.
It's such a knockoff of Tarzan in so many ways.
Yeah. Weak knockoff.
I mean, it's Canada. Yeah. Shout out to Canada.
Okay, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Yeah.
I mean, any ride that ends in the depths of hell is definitely smile-worthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just felt like it was a lot for a little.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of line for a little ride.
Yeah. Sometimes it can have a pretty big
dark
line.
ride.
Yeah. I've never, there's very few dark rides that I don't love. I love dark rides. Okay. Next, we have Pinocchio, the movie.
I'm going smile.
If you'd asked me when I was younger, I would have said frown-worthy because I really didn't like the scene where they turn into donkeys. That scared me.
It is quite traumatic.
And now it's like crazy because as an adult, I look at it and I'm like, nothing ever happens. There's no punishment. They just stay donkeys forever.
Yeah. Well, that's the punishment.
Yeah, I mean, no punishment for the coachman. No punishment for the coachman. He just keeps doing what he's doing, I guess.
It was a deleted scene. They didn't have time to clear that all up.
They need labor, evidently, really bad.
That's where the whole donkey comes.
They need to scare those kids into shape,
Right.
All right.
That's where all of our donkey supply came from. They're all descendants of those kids.
Yes. So next time, yeah.
All right, we're almost done. Next, we have Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, of course.
Not even a question.
Not even a question.
The queen.
Yeah. I mean, small-worthy for me. A lot of people are hard on her because she... I feel like on all the old princesses, people are hard on them because they're not like obviously empowered, but they're empowered in like different ways. I feel like by being kind and thoughtful and considerate and good with nature. And her the voice actress was so beautiful. Her voice is so great.
I wonder. Such a great one.
Okay, then we have the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
Smile.
I think I would go frown-worthy.
Really?
I love the first one. I think it's brilliant.
Yes.
The second and third ones are rough for me.
Yeah,
I think convoluted.
Doesn't get much better.
No, I forgot about those, to be honest, in my assessment. I was just thinking of the first three.
They're so long, and I used to call him the booger pirate. I hate Davy Jones. He's so gross. He's frown worthy for sure. Okay, just two more. Next we have Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Smiles all around.
Fun. It hurts my neck a little bit. You get whipped around so much. But
that's the fun of it. It's a mini roller coaster. I love the theming on it, and yeah, it's like it's a go-to. It's like your first entry level roller coaster ride when you're a kid. I think that's one of like the first big ones. Like once you reach 40, 42 inches or whatever it is. Classic. And the ride and the weight really isn't that bad. Depending.
Yeah, compared to Splash Mountain.
Fast pass. It's an easy fast pass. So.
Yeah. All right. Final one. Last one. I have The Rescuers.
I smile.
I'm frown worthy on Rescuers. I don't like it. I just find that Medusa's too much.
She's great.
Ripping
those eyelashes off. Classic.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was the dark era. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
give it all she's got? Come on, even root.
Have you guys done that one for Rotoscopers? The first Rescuers?
Yeah,
I don't think we.
I know you had your mice and horse series a while back.
We have not done it. No. Yeah, that would have been great for our mice series.
Yeah.
I liked all those series that we did.
I know.
Yeah,
we should bring those back.
That was fun.
The horse series, the dog series, I think we did cat series. The thing is, you get into doing a series, and the next thing you know, it's 4 months later by the time you actually finish a chunk of those movies. You know, spend half your year just doing dog movies.
Right.
Which, there's nothing wrong with that. A dog person.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're actually doing, for Talking Disney, we're doing both Rescuers films next up. And nice. That's going to be fun because we have very different opinions on it. So that's always fun. I don't know. I just think that she overwhelms the movie to me, and she's just so shrill and it's just too much for me. But I get why. And I just find the whole movie very drab. Like it goes from like Rufus telling his sad story to like Penny's sad story, and then she's forced in the cave, and it's sad.
Oh, the devil's eye!
Devil's eye.
All right. Well, so thank you so much for playing in this little game.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
I give you both smile-worthy games. And so I'll put everything down in the description if people want to play and give your answers for what you think, and let us know what topics you would like to have the game for the game. It doesn't always have to be Disney, but the last two have. And so it's a new idea that we're exploring and a lot of fun. And I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. And so why don't you tell people where they can find your podcast?
So you can find the podcast at rotoscopers.com/podcast. That will be your portal to subscribe to our episodes, to find all of our backlog. We have over 181 episodes at this point, which there is quite a lot to comb through. And yeah, so definitely go there. And while you're at the website, rotoscopers.com, that's where you can get it's your best place for animation news, reviews, and interviews, which Rachel is one of our contributors, which is fantastic and does a really, really great job there. And you can find me basically anywhere on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, at Morgan Stradling, and I'd love to connect.
Yeah, we'll have that all in the description section. And Chelsea, where can people find you?
You can find me at Chelsea Robson everywhere on the social media. And then if you go to chelsearobson.com, I write custom songs for people. So, for example, I'm writing a custom song for Rachel right now for a family member. So we're very excited to be working together on that. And then also so if you're looking for something really fun for maybe Father's Day or any type of like a wedding or anniversary or something type of fun that you're coming up with, go to chelsearobson.com.
Yeah, you guys definitely should. It's awesome. So thanks so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. And we will see you all next time in Smile and Frown Worthy. Bye, everyone.
Bye.